playing Chrono Trigger Jets of Time today. And this is our third match between Korenth and I'm All In. They are 1-1, so whoever wins this gets to move on to go against Zelfer in the finals. And I am in the booth with Inane Pyro. How are you doing today?
Very good. Thank you all for joining us here and skipping the American tradition of people butting heads and throwing balls. Go Steelers. Very exciting game 3 today. I can't wait. I hope we don't have a forced factory woe as we were talking about in the warm-up.
We got Luca and Ayla as a start.
Oh, that's actually a great combo. You got magic and power. What else could you want other than access to all the other checks in the game?
Yeah, so much power with those two.
Yeah, and fun fact, Ayla does have non-elemental magic for those pesky enemies out there that resist all or have weird counterattacks. So you like to see that. Maybe we'll see some tail spins and fire spins today.
Yeah. They're both going to their respective shops to check out what to buy first, if there's anything in those shops. Saw ethers, revives, and mid tonics between the two shops.
Pretty much the minimum that our runners would want. Oh, wait, did you say heals?
Yes, heals are in one of those two shops.
And yeah, we have the basic grocery shopping done. And Korenth's going to dip desert for loot. I've seen this play a lot this tournament. Makes sense, especially now that we're in the hard items. Do you want to explain some of the flags we have going on today?
Yeah, we have hard items, boss rando, gear rando, boss bot HP, healing item rando, fast pendant, and no free menu glitch. So the items that they're going to find is generally a tier lower than what it would be normally. And with gear rando, we don't know what the abilities are going to be all the time with the plus or minus. So it could be much better or having two abilities with the plus, or the minus would be minus an ability.
We might even see a couple question marks, which is where they lose their original ability and gain a random one. Okay, snail stop check on court side. It's a prison star with no moral, so that's we're not rushing to get that.
Yeah, and with that being nearly 10,000 gold, it's possibly not going to get picked up for a while.
Yeah, I mean, if Marl's in Cathedral, maybe, but a lot of these runs, the players only get the first free Cathedral character and might check a few other places later, but it's been character sparse. We don't see a lot of back Cathedral plays or, Dactyl Nest, Protodome, unless we need them.
Yeah, and I might get the Dactyl Nest character if I get the gate key early. And we saw a clone that Korenth got from the Carpenter.
Okay, so we're pendant away from pendant and trigger away from future go mode.
And that would be a slightly different go mode for these two, I think. They've been going Lavos for a while.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see some Black Omen. Both for us watching and the runners. This tournament started out very Magus Castle heavy. Or sorry, Lord Batsy Castle heavy. All right, we're gonna get a burrow check on end side, so see the character as Korenth sets up his Xenon bridge for later. A Magus.
Yeah, I doubt that they're gonna get Magus. You have
A
to
lot of other
forge
things
the
about to happen.
you have to forge the sword and then go back in there to pick him up, and he's not locking any progression.
Yep, and Magus is one you kind of want to see either right away or get him at a higher level spot like Daclonester in the future at least. Because his decks are very expensive.
Yeah, his first tech is 100 tech points. So Cathedral or later is the best because then he starts with either 1 or 3 of his techs. And this early routing is typical of everyone. Go and get their first 2 techs, get all of these tabs.
Yep, they're doing almost the same things in just a slightly different order. This is like a little stretch you do before the real exercise.
Yeah, and with Fire 2 on Luca right away, it's really worth it.
Oh, an early screen clear? That's only 8 MP? You'll love to see it. Now, we'll just have to figure out what Ether's roll, because fun fact about item rando is that, healing item rando, we have no idea what anything's going to do. It could roll high or low. I've seen Ethers give out a measly 7 MP this tournament.
Yeah, and if you have quick eyes, you can look at that stuff while they're menuing.
Okay, we won't get to see our third character in a second here.
Yeah, Korenth got into the cathedral first. But just getting there first does not mean too much. There's going to be divergence soonish anyway.
Yeah, a couple early game checks open to both of them. We'll see the bridge, Denaduro, maybe Hecarim with that fire too, honestly. Just power through your tech list. With Marl as our third character. Prism Shard's back in play.
Yeah, we got Team White Rock. Or
I
some people call it girl power.
Isn't that the Poyozo dance, Triple Tech?
Yes, it is Poyozo dance.
It'd be great if we saw that this run. Just saying.
The rock could give out a really good bonus to it. Had to find the rock first, though.
Yeah, no one picks up more than 1 or 2 rocks this tournament. Just the ones that are on the way, if you remember them.
And these two, the past 2 matches, have won with the blue rock. Like whoever picked it up and used it has won. So I wonder if I wonder if they're gonna try to replicate that this time. But with Magus where he is, it might be tricky.
Yeah, so we have to get Frog somewhere else, forge a sword, grab him, train him up. So it's not a likely proposal, but I've seen weirder things happen.
Yeah, and you don't need Frog to pick up Magus. You just need the sword, the 2 pieces of the sword, forge it, and then say, Magus, join the party.
That's true. If you pick up the 2 pieces of the sword, but no Frog along the way, I guess pick him up on the way to one of the other 2 go modes.
And the
It just feels
other
weird to
character,
forward the sword and not be in go mode, you know?
yeah. Then we would just need Robo, or know where Robo is for the blue rock.
Oh, that would be fun to see. But yeah, so one of them is hiding at Back Cathedral, Dactyl Nest. So the only other one we can get right now is Back Cathedral.
Right. And both of them are leaving the cathedral character alone, which is what they have been doing this tournament lately. Just grabbing
grab the bromide. Yep.
grab the third character.
The old man.
And then now we are at key item hunt.
Yep. And doing the Xenon Bridge check. This is a nice one to get to see what it is before you commit too far. Korenth following suit. Did Korenth route in picking up the tabs after with the bridge? Or they probably do it afterward. It's the trigger. We have the clone.
They'll do it after the bridge if they do this. N is going for it. Korenth is not.
I mean, I get both plays, because one is like, well, I think I'm going to need it anyway. The levels are nice. I got 3 characters. Let's go.
Yeah. And with Boss Rando, we don't know what is at the end of the bridge.
Could be something nasty here, but this is a pretty good team, like for coverage.
Yeah, we got Fire 2. We got Ayla. And Marl is going to be learning her first 2 techs right now, too. Korenth healing up quick before going to Hekrant's cave, I believe.
Now, that cake doesn't respawn, correct?
Which one does? Which one?
The cake Korenth just ate does not respawn.
No, the cake does not respawn. It's a one-time heal. The lunge at the fair respawns, but it's faster to just go to Chrono's house.
But if they do that, at least we're saved that cutscene at Chrono's trial, because that's just completely gone from the Jets time. Hepburn Cave pushed by Korenth. I like this play because it's tech points and you have a hungry team right now.
Yeah, and Ayla can use all of the tech points that you give her. And this is Terra Mutant on the bridge. So magic only will damage it.
Luckily we got that Fire 2 and some Alchemists. We see I am going to haste Luca, maybe haste... Oh, no, hasting Marl first, and probably haste Luca. And then just dish out items with everyone but her.
Yeah, that'd be about the only way you can do it at this point.
Smart, go for some re-raises. Marl's first 2 techs coming in clutch for the Xenon Bridge fight.
And Terra Mutant will suck up about 200 hit points. And Luca doing about 60% more than that. So should get through this.
Slowly, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, we will. An obstacle rolled slow for Terra Mutant this early.
Well, at least we have haste for it, and it wasn't. Yeah, it could have been stop.
Not before the guaranteed new shops. They can
Okay.
only roll slow or lock, I think is the other one.
Okay, so those early heals would have saved them either way then.
Yes.
Ooh, down goes Marl on N side. Didn't have re-raise cast on her.
Yeah, and re-raise costs a lot, but and getting through it anyway.
Yep, just 10 tech points Marl missed out on. Not much for the price of a nap.
Yeah.
Oh, and... Oh, okay, this is the burn my turn in. Okay.
But N
Went
is
back to the
one...
clock.
He's one piece away from go mode already at 15 minutes.
Yep. He just needs that pendant, which will get into the future via way of Dragon Tank on breaking out of prison. And then just has to activate Best Peak and head to the end of the game through Black Omen.
Oh, and another mutant on Korenth's side, the Giga Mutant.
Is this one you can hit, or is that just Para?
That is Mega Mutant you can punch.
Okay.
Giga Mutant will suck some MP from your character that does damage to it.
So it's a bad day to forget the ethers at home. I think they're covered.
And N is following Korenth.
Yeah, there was no real trouble getting through Hecarim Cave for Korenth, but N might find that his boss fight goes a bit more smoothly with the added levels in tech.
Yeah. Yeah, and any screen clear will just help you get through this dungeon and get to the boss.
We have boss spot HP on for these randomized bosses. So, would you say this Giga Mutant has health wise on Korenth's side?
I never bring that sheet up. I know we have a sheet that will explain it all. I never bring it up.
Okay, but just for those at home, whatever spot, whatever HP the spot normally has, that's what the boss gets sort of leveled to. So you don't get screwed if Dalton Plush goes up back Cathedral.
Not all the mutants split it evenly. I think it's only Mega Mutant that splits it evenly.
Oh, that's big. N's going to be in Gobo when he finishes Hecarim. That's the pendant on Tabin.
Oh, and just blew open this seed. But Korenth might be going to Bridge right now to get the same go mode.
Yeah, and so the reverse is true with Korenth doing Xenon Bridge now, is that he's a bit stronger and will get through his boss quicker.
The
so we're back to...
Yeah, the trigger is right here on Xenon Bridge.
Yeah, this is exciting game 3 already, but does that mean we might see Factory to unlock magic, or do you not get... you need better magic than what you have, so...
Yes, you need better magic, so I'm They might do one check to see if they can find gate key, but they might just go through factory to unlock magic.
The Airstone has a lot of loot, so I could see them doing that for just as like a catch up on gear, and then hope it's gate key because that would be faster than having you land in factory.
Yeah,
And for character check.
we will see what they do.
Right, and it is going to be a mutant fight. Trying to see how much damage these fire twos are doing.
Yeah, I might be going through factory just to unlock magic. Otherwise, there's no way to unlock magic.
Yeah. And factory's not the worst play.
No, it's not, and it would have okay loot. Maybe see who is in the future as far as character check.
Yeah, and then you have all those sealed chests just you can gobble up real quick too. So yeah, factory gets you magic unlocked, which then after that you can. And we need to grind somewhere first.
Geno Dome, if you feel confident enough, you can go through that first escalator thing.
Yeah, that's a good experience bucket.
Ayla taking a little nap on end side.
You know, she deserves it. It's a cat nap.
Amaral taking a nap. It might be a dirt nap now.
I mean, plot armor keeps them from failing their death saving throws at least.
And for Tribby, I think our tracker is waiting for Korenth to finish the boss fight to click on it. They both got through their fights.
Yeah, it's more dramatic if you click go mode when they have the items in hand. That said, he's here fighting. Yeah, now it's marked.
Yes. And just has to go in here. And now they are both in go mode at, I'm going to say within the same minute.
I'm thinking we're going to get within 5 seconds for that elusive tie. And this is crazy to see two runners with this early to go mode at the same time, because other than Korenth saying no to trigger first, it's the same route.
Yeah, it is the exact same route.
And stopping to touch the cat. That's key.
Korenth might pet the cat later on.
But, I mean, there's plenty of times you're going to stop at Chrono's house, or at least have the option to. You can pair it with a free snooze too. It's nice. The cat sort of walks towards you when you're coming down the stairs from the bed.
And a lot of runners will go and heal up at Chrono's house before going into the Omen. And that might be when Korenth will pet the cat.
I mean, if there's any time you need luck, it's when you're headed towards the end. Yeah, for folks at home, this is the Cadillac Cup, so petting the cat has been a common trope throughout the tournament. And I've appreciated the meme.
Korenth sent Ayla to prison, and N sent Luca to prison.
Did he pick up a good gun for Luca? Maybe at Melchior's shop?
The main difference between these two is Ayla can only hit one at a time. Luca can hit 2 guards at once with Fire 2.
Yeah, and Fire 2, with this much MP, is real easy for N to keep firing off whenever he needs to. So this battle right here is the time save.
As far as speed gear, none so far. Just tabs, and that's it. We know we're gonna see Dragon Tank here. Should not be too hard for these runners.
Oh, I missed it. Did N save Fritz?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume no one is gonna say Fritz.
Yeah, without Chrono in the party, it's not really worth it. You can't cast in with 10 mid-ethers without Chrono in your party. So there'll be no free Fritz tonight.
Yeah, and you can save Fritz and then find Chrono afterwards and get those mid-ethers. But if you're not gonna
you should go for the Chrono, but that's between them and the runners and their morals.
Yeah.
But we'll loot the guard.
I always loot that guard.
It's 5 mid-cogs. You can't say no to that. Especially with what hard items means our runners started with in poverty, only 10k.
And the guard's right there in your path.
I think N made up the time getting through the prison, because he started a little bit later, but he's just a few seconds behind. Oh no, I guess Korenth is through his fight.
Got a speed belt and a speed tab from the Dragon Tank.
That's our answer to a slow Luca.
Using Antipode, which turns magic into shadow, and it hits the whole Dragon Tank.
And Ayla dished out pretty good damage by herself after that.
Korenth is now in the future.
The nice thing is, with these flags, the pendant comes pre-charged as soon as you get to the future. You get to access all these sweet loot rooms. With a frenzy band question mark.
Ooh, that can be really interesting. Instead of countering with a basic attack, the ATB bar fills up. And it's set that way so you can do more magic attacks instead of just basic attacks.
Very cool change. I'm here for it. Hope you think we'll see you can put it on someone. Oh, considering it, put it on Ayla.
Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of hope he puts it on someone.
That's a rare item in Jets.
It's a high tier item, so with the harder item set, it does become more rare.
Oh, just because we'll get less checks of that could even spawn it.
Yeah, there was a wallet in one of these sealed chest checks. Korenth is going through a factory to unlock magic and getting that skip of the first fight. And since we know the codes to go through, there's only a few fights that are forced. And N is following right behind Korenth. With no lightning, these fights can take a little while.
Yeah, if you remember the wrong, but the green one, I think you get a trigger reaction like that. Eats up a lot of time and HP.
Yeah, you want to take out the red ones first. And it's just going to run and get into the lead. Oh no, Zelfer, our tracker, is learning things for the next matchup.
Oh, good. Yeah, so Zelfer, our tracker today, is actually in top seed, waiting for to fight one of these guys in the other place.
Yes.
Well, not today, but next to the tournament.
Yes, he's going up against the winner of this matchup.
Just trying to get in their heads.
Yeah, they take reduced damage from any element other than lightning.
That anti-point, I think, to get through it?
Yes, that was anti-pot, and it did very little damage. Ayla, with her strong attack stats, can take them out one at a time.
That's what we're gonna have to do to get through this. With Luca whacking on him with her gun.
And this fight, as you can tell, is random with how many of each color you get. So Korenth got a good rando roll where they're all one color.
Is that what other places of R&D like that do we have in Jets, fight-wise?
Fight-wise, there's...
I know the elevator too can be random, but we're not going to see that. Is that Ocean Palace?
The Black Omen has 2 elevators where it's anywhere from 0 to 3 fights. And that is seeded, so we will see those 2 elevators, and both of our racers will get the same fights in both of those elevators.
Okay, so not like this fight. That one is more like the blue ball number in Link to the Past randomizer.
Yes, correct. Another fight that is more random is the Knights in Northern Ruins. More for their counterattacks.
Okay, well, we definitely won't see them today. I don't think there's any key item at the end of Northern Ruins, correct?
No, there's no key item at Northern Ruins. It just powers up Frog. And opens up a lot more chests.
Yeah, I think a lot would have to go wrong before we see Northern Ruins in a tournament seed.
The only time we go through Northern Ruins is Legacy Osiris and Chrono Sanity.
A Chrono Sanity race would be fun to see because I don't know, I have like RPG brain where I see a chest, I'm like, open it. They don't open it.
Yes.
But our runners do skip them unless they know it's worth their time. So this R series fight on Korenth's side, it has 2 less robots than vanilla, and you have 3 party members to do it, so it's just pretty easy to get through.
It is easy to get through, and you want to take them all out at once. Otherwise, they get stronger and have more devastating attacks the fewer of them that there are.
They kind of have the Doom effect on them.
It's a pseudo Doom effect.
Okay. End is unlocking magic. Everyone at home, please do a circle around the room and think magic. 3 times. Don't miscount, or else you get to do the circle of shame.
And N walked by Frog, trying to save time, because he knows Korenth is probably right next to him, if not further ahead. Korenth walking by Frog also. And if you're not going to use that character in your party, and you know you're not going to use them, you might as well just walk by them.
Yeah, it's like 30, 45-second time save.
Yeah, it's almost an indeterminable time save, because you're going to want to have them in the party to, like with Frog, switch them into the party to learn magic, see if you have weapons and armor for them, and see what their techs are.
Right. So then this play by both the runners is just to say, no, I'm good with this team. I don't need anything else. I'm in go mode. So this is the team. We're not thinking about anything else.
Exactly. And N is going to go up Death Peak first. Should
be able to handle it.
At level 16, 15-ish, should just barely be able to handle it. We are in go mode, going up Death Peak. Korenth is going to Sunken Desert first.
I mean, I like this play, and if you're just coming in for some easy levels and tech points, you unlock magic. Death Peak is brutal, so you gotta be ready to fight whatever's in the lava stealth spot. Yeah, when was official go mode? Was that at like the 20? I want to say 25-minute markish.
Yeah, it is really early. We don't quite have the levels. The gear is always going to be rough because hard items.
And is making short work here. It'll just come down to if he can get through that boss fight.
Yeah, and here's the last spot to maybe grind. The next battle is the boss.
See, I at least would have grabbed one of those fights with the maximum amount of those little cracker creatures on the screen.
Yeah.
But he's going all out. He thinks Korenth is making a riskier play, so I gotta risk it to get the biscuit. And N did find a Mega Blast for Luca, not that we're going to be shooting with it too much, but it's nice to have.
It is nice to have, just in case if you go up against something that does not like magic. Very few bosses do not like magic. And it is a flea.
Regular flea or yep, it's red. Ooh, that's worse.
Yeah, not like this party can really do status effects against flea, but she's more immune to status effects.
And we don't have that white rock just yet. Because Poyozo Dance inflicts statuses, doesn't it?
It does, but flea would be immune to them.
She's immune to their feminine ways.
And the damage that would be dealt would be triple kick damage. So even with the white rock, we wouldn't be able to use Poyozo Dance until we learned triple kick and possibly some other stuff from the other two girls. And that is an unfortunate thing that happened to N.
Oh, tough break. But Korenth is, what is he even doing? Oh, he's gonna stop at the fair, do some shopping, and hopefully pet the cat before he heads up Death's Peak to catch up to N.
And so Korenth is doing some seal chest checks and some level grinding might help him out. Also, if N can get one of his party members down, the stair will not work.
The stair will not work. So maybe knock someone out.
Yes. Yeah, all you have to do is let someone take that little dirt nap for the rest of the fight. Because the stair needs all 3 party members to be up to be active. And Korenth just pet the cat.
The run has been validated. We have a real race now. It is cat pet to cat pet all tied up.
Just N is just throwing Flea around. At 700 hit points of damage, that is about the best that can be done. And Ether's rolled 7, which really is not much at all. So far, no stair. The stair only happens once Flea gets under 50% health, and then it's a 50% chance on every attack.
That's a lot of coin flips.
Just so many coin flips. And got through it with no stair.
And now has to push Flea over and then climb on top of them.
And gets rewarded with a wallet at the end.
What's those useless trinkets to get other than to sell it?
Yeah, and I doubt anyone is going to ever try a wallet run.
I really want to think of why that would be a good strategy. But N is getting the nice eclipse scene here where you usually get Chrono back, but in this case we'll open up Black Omen for us.
And in the Black Omen, we got 3 more random bosses to go through. And going back for that power tab.
So Black Omen open, N is going to do some last minute Christmas shopping.
seeing how Korenth deals with Flea. So far, doing good over there. Anne is about to start the Black Omen. Just have to get through these lasers.
Yeah, this laser guard fight is scary without a little extra speed, because they can do some heavy damage before you get a shot off.
Yeah, you want, I think it's speed 14 to get past the lasers, predictably. And then a good AoE to knock them all out. So far, no stare on Korenth's side. And if there is a
stare to wake Luca up. How much is Korenth's rock toss doing? Is that doing less than End was?
Yes, it is.
It's very surprising. Maybe N used all his power tabs before this fight.
That's what I would think. And Luca is down, so there's no chance of stare happening on Korenth's side. Oh, and his Ayla is poisoned, and that would reduce the damage that they do.
Oh, it's like Pokemon getting burned. I gotcha.
Yes. Status effects actually do stuff to your party. And is taking this goon fight, which is good for experience and tech points. Korenth getting through that flea fight.
Well, still pretty easy for him, but he had that Luke go down that helped.
Yeah. N took one stare and had to redo the fight. Korenth did not, but N is in the final dungeon.
There's still one more grind spot ahead for both our runners, correct?
There's no true grind spot here. It's the grinding is just going through the bosses. You get enough, or you should get enough experience points from the bosses and the guaranteed fights. So when you get to Zeal, you're at the level you should want to be at.
Okay, and then you have these optional minions along the way as well if you really are kind of hurting for tech points.
Yes. And we got Fire Whirl, which is one of the greater screen clear techs that there is.
Tailspin for the elevator.
Yeah, we don't know how many fights there are going to be on the elevators. But Tails fire spin like this will just wreck everything.
It's poor man's flare.
I would almost rather use this over Flare because it's cheaper. 10 tech points from Ayla, 8 tech points from Luca, instead of 20 tech points from one person.
Yeah, with Ether's rolling 7, I totally get the economy play. Now, casually playing this, I usually always take these eye fights because they're basically just a tech point pinata with a little bit of luck involved because you got to be able to hit them.
Yeah, and usually at this point of the game, you're able to hit them. At least one of them.
I guess we have most of the techs we need and get enough tech points along the way. I think we're still missing Flare.
We are still missing Flare and Triple Kick.
I do not want to see a Zeal 2 fight without those.
Well, it can be done without them, it's just not easy. And here's the first elevator of the 2 elevators. And we are seeing 0 fights.
Not really a dead seed. We've had a sub 30-minute go mode, and now we're sub hour into Black Omen.
Yeah, when we get to the boss portion of the Omen, that's when things are going to probably really get fun for us as viewers. That gold stud is going to be amazing.
We get on Alis and never has to use an ether on her again.
Found a Doomsicle for that Magus that we don't know where he is.
Oh, he's just hanging out on the burrow.
Yeah, oh yeah, we do know where he is. No way to get him.
Yep, so he won't mind if we sell his gear here at the last new shop of the game.
Yeah, now if we see any bosses that would have obstacle, they can have any of the obstacle options.
So hopefully they remember to buy at least one amulet, although can't afford it. Looking at his gold count on inside.
Yeah, no, he cannot afford it right now. Has to sell some stuff.
Looks like he's trying to make it work. Oh, maybe not. Getting some buy some armor. Do a little clothes shopping.
Well, sometimes that's the best way to do it. Get some armor, use a re-raise, and get through whatever is there anyway. And you don't need an amulet for the Zeal fight. It's only for what's before the Zeal fight.
One upside to this route through Black Omen. So at least the final boss isn't locked, but not locked, but wants an amulet to get through it. Around the 58-minute mark is when Ed left his new shop. So we'll see how long it takes Korenth to get to that point. But he's also going to be taking a lot of these fights to get the tech points he needs to get his endgame techs.
Yeah, and I do not blame these runners for taking about every fight in their path right now. And I wonder what our first random boss is going to be in this dungeon. They're all going to be high level bosses.
Yep. Hopefully we see some Dalton Plus, some regular Slash. You know, the good stuff.
Oh, you want them to rage? Okay.
Well, I figure if I intentionally curse them, then they probably won't be, right? Yeah, of course, going to his first elevator, getting that sweet zero fight roll.
About the only time I'd rather see Dalton Plus is really early in the seed.
Yeah, his lemons hit pretty hard.
Korenth showing the alternate way through that.
You're only going to see a little variety between the runners.
Yeah, and when you're doing enemy skips, whatever works for you and what you're comfortable with is the proper way to do it.
And looks like Korenth had more money going in this, but did not get an amulet either. Unless he's trying to raise funds for that now. But again, not technically required, so might just be hyper ether and leave. He's also going to get some clothing here. Yep, white mail pluses are too hard to turn down, I guess.
Well, when it gives magic and magic defense, it is a good piece of armor. Zeal loves her magic, so if you can lower that, it gets a little bit easier. And I don't think we will ever see the enemies in this room that N is in. The aliens, and forget what the other creature is.
Right here.
And N is going to show us our first boss.
Roulette spin says Dalton. But oh, I cursed them.
I wasn't ever going to say Dalton Plus.
You know, fear of a name engenders fear of the thing itself. You must not be afraid to say his name. I mean, I'm not afraid because I'm not the one running.
And he's going to do some weak attacks, do a slash attack, and then his strong party wiping attack. Unless if we can get him down quickly.
Yeah, although, it's not looking good with Luke going down that quickly.
Yeah, this is a several thousand hit point spot, and Dalton would get all of that hit points.
I mean, at least N is doing decent damage to him.
And so is Dalton.
At least his script resets. If they can get through the worst of it. Or if this Dino Tail can pull through. Ooh.
Half of what Rock Throw does.
I mean, I respect the Gambit because Ayla is low. As soon as I said her name, got hit by those lemons.
Oh no, and Lucas down oh, he restarted his script. Okay.
Okay, I thought Luke was just wearing really good gear for a second.
No, it's on. There's a loop after the very strong attacks. It starts with weak, goes back to the weak attacks again.
Right, and going back to his rock burst strats because it'll pay off. With 1,000 damage a turn.
Yeah, and right now it's revive whoever goes down as quick as you can before someone else goes down.
Yep, I'm a little surprised we don't have re-raise on Ayla. Like, I know there's lots to do right now, lots to juggle.
Yeah, there's just too much to juggle right now. And Dalton is not slow. And Korenth caught up to N.
Yeah, and we'll just see if he can get through this fight a little bit faster. The lead is very fluid right now. But he's going to have to deal with the same things. He just has a... I think Korenth might be a little better off level-wise. Might have one or two levels on N.
Maybe a little better level off, but with how much damage Dalton is doing at this spot, those couple of levels are not going to matter too much.
We have a side-by-side rock throw we can see. 1100 versus. Okay, so Korenth is actually hitting a little less. I see. I was like wondering why the re-raise is coming, bringing Ayla back for so little, but then I remembered Marplay doesn't have a lot of magic at this point that I'm used to seeing.
And re-raise brings the party member back with the HP value based on their magic stat.
Oh, okay.
So like a low magic Ayla will be re-raised at a lower hit point value than a high magic stat Marl. This is either really close for N. Yeah, N is just going all out right now, saying, I need to get this done.
You can't afford to wait for the script to roll all the way through again.
Oh, and there goes N. Yeah.
Yep. Korenth just keep Marl and Ayla up. You know, if she's your main damage dealer, it makes sense. Just keep the re-raise on Ayla, keep P up and whatever you can on Marl as possible, and then just power through.
Yeah, and right now, whoever gets through this fight should be well off.
Yep. It looks like Korenth's in a similar situation that Em was just in, down to just Ayla. And is just going to take the reset.
Yeah. Sometimes it's better to reset earlier, so you get that second chance quicker.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And now you know what you're going into. You can readjust your gear.
Yeah, what flavor are those lemons he throws out? Are they non-elemental?
I think they're considered non-elemental, and they just deal so much damage at the high damage spot. It's like going from Flame Toss to Flare, kind of damage amount difference. And it's gonna use some re-raise. Oh no.
And probably wish they needed a little more chopping. So not much you could buy to get your way out of this.
No, there you can only have so much before it becomes useless. Dalton is becoming a barrier equalizer in this race.
Or can break through first.
And Moon Blizzard is bringing up a really good point, as you could lower the battle speed so you can get your inputs in before the computer gets their input in.
Yeah, because there's a limit to needing to go fast and needing to be able to beat the computer. It's like Korenth is on his third attempt now.
And this is another struggle with a early go mode, is you do not have quite the levels needed at times.
Because with at least with the Ocean Palace route, you have that nice grind spot after maybe a boss or two.
Yeah, right now in the Omen, it's more of a boss gauntlet. Nothing respawns for you to just fight over and over again. So you're stuck in here unless if you go back to the new shop and leave. Then you have to start all over from the beginning.
Yeah, this is tough. I'm sure the runners feel pressure right now as M's on his third attempt. Or this might be fourth for him. I'm starting to lose track.
I count up to second, and I say I'm not counting anymore.
That's a good rule of thumb. Anything after double bogey just doesn't count.
Right. I think both of these runners are hoping for that RNG to go on their way to get through this.
Gotta hit all the right characters every single time, perfectly, along with flawless menuing.
Oh, there goes Korenth.
Want to think about switching anything? Nope, just gonna run right back in.
I think Korenth already moved gear around and then saved.
Yeah, he did that after his first reset. I've just been going ever since.
Yeah, and the high-powered attacks, there's really not much you can do against it.
You could spend a turn to haste tomorrow and hopefully get more re-raises on people before then, but yeah, this is brutal seed.
And go mode for this rando, the go mode that we got is going through the Black Omen with Clone, the Trigger, and the Pendant. And we'll be eventually going up against Zeal as our final boss. And then we also have Lavos go mode with two ways to get there. One way is forging the Masamune with the bent sword and bent hilt, frog in the party, going through Magus' castle, going to Zeal and to the Ocean Palace. And the other way to the Ocean Palace is with the Gate Key, Dreamstone, and Ruby Knife, and going through Tyranno Lair to get to Zeal to the Ocean Palace.
Yep, and we don't have any divergence today as go mode was, what, after the fourth check?
There was really no extra checks at all in this one.
Yeah, we found Prison Shore but didn't buy it at Snail Stop.
Yeah, and I don't count those two early checks as extra checks. And Carpenter, Xenon Bridge, and Hecarim's Cave.
That's because you get the information so readily.
And right now, or pretty soon, they're both going to be probably looking at that race time room saying, why isn't the other one done yet? Can the other one be done so we can be done?
Oh yeah, like I feel like part of them will be relieved at this point if they saw that go up just so they could be like, okay, I can rest.
As unfortunate as that is, yes.
Yeah, or maybe they can sense that they're both at the same wall, screaming at it.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to be cursing whoever rolled the seed for quite a while.
Yeah, Pseudo-Arc might need to go into WITSEC.
I think Pseudo-Arc is at the park with his kids. Laughing.
I just seen him pulled up on his phone, just cackling. Yeah, a lot of down characters.
And this is one of the downfalls to boss rando, is you can get really nasty bosses at the end.
Yeah. I bet they're regretting not taking those fights on Death's Peak.
Death Peak fights aren't really worth it.
Well, at least the respawning Cracker fight is almost good enough. I mean, it's still Ocean Palace, but it's something that you can get through with a screen wipe.
Going through Genodome, that entryway, doing that a couple of times might have been the thing to do.
They did have the feature unlocked. You're saying that would have been preferable to repeating the same 5 Cracker fight over and over?
Unlocking magic and then going to Genodome through that very first conveyor. That would have given them quite a few levels right there.
We'll make sure to ask them that at the end of the race. Like, did they think of going to Dino?
But this is also hindsight talking.
Oh, 100%. But hindsight's got to be, like, pounding on their door right now. The pressure is rising with every reset.
Yeah. And you know, if you back out and try to grind someplace, your opponent either already did that, or your opponent is that much further ahead of you.
I need to start counting how long these attempts are, but at some point, the break-even point... Well, I mean, we've already passed the break-even point that more levels and coming back would solve.
Yeah, and runners of this caliber generally don't grind too much. They just go for it and hope that once you get through it, that gives you the levels you need for the rest. Korenth resetting again. I'm All In does have 3 save spots used, and I do not know where the other 2 save spots are at.
If one was right before Omen, like after his checks, that's tempting. You can refight your way through, but it's like almost faster than walking all the way back and back through again. Or if one of the saves is at the new shop.
Yeah, even if, like, saving one of the saves being back at the news shop, you don't have to walk back to it. You just appear there and leave. Whenever you leave, you have to come back through the front door every time.
Oh, you're saying that I get the new shop all the way out.
Yeah, all the way out. Go someplace that you can grind at, and then come back in. About the only grind spot that this dungeon has is in the beginning, with that goon fight.
I mean, it's not the worst. You wouldn't have to go very far then. Like, I think the problem is the runners don't have that new drop save and would have to fight all the way through Omen on top of grinding. Because Korenth only has the one save. So that's not an option for him, I don't think.
No, it's not an option for him. Korenth's save is right before this battle.
Oh, frustrated menuing on Korenth's side.
And got it.
And just like that, N takes the lead. I can almost hear a sigh of relief and simultaneous cursing.
And that was one of 3 random bosses in this dungeon. That should be the toughest boss, but we still have 2 bosses left to figure out.
I'm gonna say, how bad could it get?
Well, we got through Dalton Plus.
That was really one of the worst ones we could get. And, second elevator for N has 1 fight so far.
Now, every fight in this room that N is in is a force fight that you cannot run from.
So if Dalton Plus came like 1 boss later, it wouldn't have been as big a deal because it would have this expected grind right here.
And this goon fight is the only one that you can skip.
We're not skipping.
No, I would not be skipping it either.
If you feel behind, you know you'd be even more behind if you tried to keep going without those level ups. Oh, and Ayla got kissed. Now ends in good shape. Triple kick must be buried deep in her tech list.
Come on, Korenth. You can get through this.
Use the heart of the cards. Oh, wait, wrong one. Korenth is the beginning of the script. Has some time to get some damage in.
After these panel fights, a quick save, and we get to see the second boss of the 3 bosses.
Yep, but go take a full volley to the face first.
Korenth thinking about what to do to cheese this fight.
Yep, so whoever has red mail can resist it when someone casts ice magic. Blue mail for when Luca casts fire attack. Because Dalton always hits back with the opposing elements, if the viewers haven't noticed. So it's a weird fight to plan around. As N gets Fleet Plus, I'm guessing.
Yeah. We already saw Flea. So if you have status ailments that would like stop Flea, you can use that against Flea Plus.
There's not a rat to be found. I guess, what else could they do?
Otherwise, Flea Plus acts just like regular Flea. Just with a ton more hit points, so that range of counterattack is much greater with where she is here. And I do not think we can just rip through Stare. Unless if we get lucky. And is probably gonna hope to get lucky and not see Stare.
Luckily, he has some re-raises on his party.
Just one, but that's all you need. Nope. Oh no.
Oh. I feel so bad for our runners. They're getting hit so hard by the seed.
And that was a weak fire attack from Flea, still doing about 200 hit points of damage.
Yeah, I wonder if it might make sense to just have Marl haste, Luke and Ayla, and then knock out Marl. Or figure out a character to knock out and keep doing damage to the other two.
Well, if a character goes down, the haste goes away.
Yeah, I meant have Marl haste the other two and then knock Marl out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Marl is re-raised. And there's quite a bit of time to get re-raised on 2 or all 3. But I would probably do 2 myself.
Low security.
And that re-raise being used right away on Luca.
For He's doing good damage. It's just this is a tricky fight.
Yeah, and another high HP spot.
I bet the runners were expecting like, oh, these last couple seasons have been great. We had golem bosses towards the end. It's just a cakewalk. Don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and this time we're unfortunate to get Dalton Plus, Flea Plus. And I wonder what our third boss is going to be. We just have to wait for N. Just have to wait for N to get there, and hopefully Korenth can get there too. Oh, Korenth just got through.
Praise Megas. They get a dash for the fight, and they have Twin Charm now, so maybe Twin Charm some gear off some of these bosses before they go, but yeah, and otherwise not useful.
Yeah, Charm might be decent for gear. as long as they give something really good.
Yeah, like speed taps. Or some rainbow helms.
Prism dresses wouldn't be bad.
That's right, with the all-girl party, we need 3 prism dresses to complete the look.
And I think that's all of the techs now learned. And that was a Black Rock Plus and Sunshades.
Sunshades, okay. I think that's going on somewhat ASAP. Excuse me. Alright, and getting to his 3rd boss of the gauntlet. Oh, okay, Masamune.
Should be an easier fight to deal with. Oh, easier than the last 2.
No Chrono though, so we can't neutralize his tornado energy if we get to that point.
Well, the counterattack during that is a single target counterattack. So it's not horrible to trigger it. It's just once it's all charged up, that's when it's a full AoE.
Anti-Foot 3 is hitting pretty hard.
As we see Ayla getting knocked down to a almost 400 hit point chop.
You're missing out on that experience, but at least end is through the fight.
One more little panel fight, and then it is Zeal. Going in at level 29.
This is cutting it close.
Korenth is starting his...
game 3.
And we can see how Korenth is going to deal with his flea fight.
Kind of hope he has a little better luck just so it gets competitive again. And he's got a pretty healthy lead at the moment, 1 boss ahead of the rest.
All it takes is 1 bad chance at Zeal, and it would be about even again. Zeal 1 is easy. Man Machine can be easy if you know how to deal with it. And then Zeal 2, we want to deal 10,000 damage before preferably Dark Gear, but well before Hexagon Mist. So it starts her script over again and then deal 10,000 more damage to finish off the fight before Hexagon Mist.
It's a relatively scripted endgame here. Yeah, so just have to play his part.
The only RNG we have to deal with is where the lasers hit or who gets hit by different abilities. And both runners still have a Mega Elixir too. For that halation halfway through the Zeal 2 fight.
I was worried about that because you're going to need that to, well, not need it, but it really simplifies the fight mid-game.
Korenth picking up.
Work of free.
Korenth picked up his sunshades and is going to go forward without picking up that rock.
He's like, whatever it is, I don't care about it.
Korenth does not like rocks. Oh, and did miss the skip. With free menu skip, there's extra time between Zeal 1 and the Mammon Machine for you to heal up. You can quickly...
the same window as the menu glitch?
Yeah. Just like between Lavos 2 and 3, here is between Zeal 1 and the Mammon Machine.
And so that's why we see him burning all those ethers and mid-ethers. Did N use a Mega Elixir? Or maybe it was a Lapis M?
Probably Lapis M. I saw him where I heard multiple pings and then menu pings. Oh, he did use a Mega Elixir. Okay.
That's an odd choice knowing you have Zeal 2 right after this.
Yeah, but when you miss the menu glitch, it can be really tough. And Point Flare is showing its power.
I guess that's the problem when Lapises don't roll and you don't have a robot or a frog with you for group heals.
And they both walked right by Frog.
Wait, excuse me, sir. Never mind.
We have no idea what Frog rolled for Tex.
Yeah, at that point, if you pick them up, it's because you're putting them in the party, and they weren't planning on doing that. So he wouldn't have had any more than his first 3 techs. But N is through Mammon and into the Zeal 2 fight with no Mega Elixir. This is scary. Ed White's here. He has to go back and do Zeal 1 again, correct?
Yes, if N wipes, has to do this whole gauntlet of 3 bosses in a row.
So at least if things go wrong, he can decide to keep his Mega Elixir for the next go.
In the beginning of this tournament, we had free menu glitch on, and then at the top 8, we turned that off, or more, did not turn it back on.
Yeah, just a few frame window in vanilla. So with that, when you have the free menu flag on, it's what, like 15 frames or something?
It is a lot more, yes. It's almost a whole second instead of a partial of a second.
Korenth is catching up here. If he can hold on to his Mega Elixir through the Mammon fight, I guess we'll see if we get his menu glitch in a second here.
Yeah, this is getting to be really close. Both of them on the final fights.
And is using Marl to cast Run of Haste, and I think he has re-raise on almost everyone now as well. Good timing on that one. He just put it down and he got used. Making use of Elixir here.
Korenth looking at the Mammon machine.
And by the looks of it, did get his menu glitch.
Yes. Yeah, once you know what to look for and when to press a button, it's just as easy as if the free menu glitch was on. Alright, N is halfway through the battle. We saw Halation go off. Just waiting for the MP Buster to go off. And MP Buster will take out all of the MP of Luca because she's in the first spot.
Yep, and now we'll see a Lapis M get thrown out. Have to sort of make your own Mega Elixir at this point.
And those elemental males doing their job of healing up the party.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of work this fight.
And Korenth is over there saying, I'm not out of this yet.
As you say that, that's a GG's for all in.
So I'm all in is gonna move on and go against Zelfer.
Sub 2 hours, pretty good. How long do you think they spent in that Dalton fight, though?
And we are joined with I'm All In.
That was terrible. Oh.
Welcome in. Tell us, are you talking about the flea fight or the Dalton fight? What was it?
All of it. Oh my gosh. I'm just glad it's over.
Oh, I believe it.
The only saving grace I really had was I knew Korenth was going to have the same party, probably the same equipment, and the same just badness. So it was probably whoever got through Dalton Plus first, and who didn't die to enough stairs from Flea.
Yeah, and you guys saw both fleas in this race.
Yeah, it was just bad, but it's over. So I can, at least they're happy tears when I cry myself to sleep at night.
Don't get too happy. You still have to fight Zelfer now.
Yeah.
And he's been watching you like a hawk this whole race.
I mean, what's interesting though is when you get that kind of fast go mode, there's not any like routing choices, not much. Maybe it's do I go get some sealed chests or something, but there's really not that many other decisions. Am I going to do factory? And that seemed like, yeah, I got to do factory because Marley's text isn't that great. I'm not picking up Frog at Frodo probably. I'm going to keep with the all-girl team. So,
yeah, I was commentating after factory, maybe going through the Genodome conveyor for some grinding, but that'd be about the only place to grind at the end.
Right.
And with boss rando, you have no idea if it's going to be easy bosses you can go through, or you need the grind to get through them.
Yeah, I was waiting for the golem boss that never came.
Yes. Like any of the golem boss, like golem boss itself would have been amazing. Rust Tyranno might have been better to find too.
Wouldn't have been bad because at least you can barrier up for him.
Right. Barrier up, use the elemental males, and just go through the chomps.
So,
yeah, how surprised were you with that fast go mode?
What was that?
How surprised were you with the immediate go mode?
Well, I got the, what was first? Was it the clone? And then the trigger was at Xenon, and then Pendant was at Hecarim. When I got that, there's no delusions that Korenth is going to get anything other than those first 3 checks.
Yeah.
There was I checked Burrow to see that Magus was there. So I was debating, it's like, okay, there's a 1 in 3 chance that Robo is in the back of the cathedral for Desert. But let's just wait on that. And so that was the only thing that might have taken some extra time if Korenth decided to gamble on that early. But looks like from his tracker that he didn't. It was just all the same. I guess, were there any routing differences?
The only routing difference was Korenth noped out of the bridge check. So
and then went back to it.
Yeah. Neither one of you bought the snail stop item.
Yeah, if Hecarim didn't turn out, that was maybe going to be my next place, is to go buy the snail stop item and then do the King's Trial. But I never got that far. And there we go.
Get your GGs in for Korenth.
5-minute difference. Not bad.
Not bad. That could have been just one wipe to Dalton Plus, because that fight was just slow.
It was slow on both sides. Both of you were wiping to Dalton Plus. Hey, Korenth.
Go ahead, scream.
I bet you got words.
I do have words. Most of them are not suitable for this travel. I will say,
roll this one again.
I will say I learned a very interesting piece of tech in this race that might be important going forward. If someone is resurrected by re-raise, you cannot target them with a spell or item like re-raise until someone else, ally or enemy, has fully completed an action, because the game still thinks the character's dead.
That's a fun development.
Yeah. Needless to say, when Dalton decides to kill your Reser, she gets re-raised, and then before she can cast re-raise, well, she gets a full action bar, but before she can cast re-raise on herself again, she gets hit with another one-hit KO, and you have to reset 3 times. It's kind of frustrating.
And Korenth, you actually dipped to Desert real quick for some grinding before Black Omen, and still you both had that same wall with Dalton.
Yeah, my thought was that I would get enough tech points that I might unlock a tech early. And then it turns out that the real wall didn't matter. Although it did give me make sure that I had Fire Whirl as soon as I got into Black Omen, because I got it on the laser guard fight, which I wouldn't have gotten if I hadn't grinded Desert. So it worked out okay. I'm guessing we had very similar routes in.
Well, that was what I asked. That there was really no difference other than that you reset it out of Xenon, and I took it the first time.
Yeah. Did you drop into Desert too?
Not to grind.
Not to grind. Okay.
I just went. So I don't know how much more it took for me to get Fire Whirl. I don't remember exactly, but it wasn't that far into Omen.
Yeah, it would have been like a fight or two. It just made those first couple of goon fights one-shot kills instead of having to do Fire 2 and Rock Throw. Also, Marl dying on the last two boss fights so she doesn't learn Ice 2. That was nice that she's 30 tech points away from actually dealing damage. What was your strategy for Dalton Plus?
Rock throw, rock throw, rock throw.
Yep. Okay. We had the same strategy then.
Because I did one Fire World to start on my first fight, and I saw the counter, and I'm like, nope, I'm not going to do that anymore.
I intentionally took the counter on a couple of flares because I had a blue mail that I threw onto Ayla, so she would get healed. Marl can actually take the hit, and Luca was going to die no matter what I did.
I'm just trying to count rock throws. Is that a 7,000 or an 8,000?
It is 11,000.
11. Trying to count to 11 rock throws just felt like forever.
And I made the mistake of not buying extra revives when I did my final shopping before going to Omen, so I only had 2 revives. So it was re-raise or nothing. But yeah, GG, man. I would like to throw Pseudo under a bus for double Dalton pluses. I'd like to throw him under the bus for 3 seeds in a row, having Luca Marl as 2 of your first 3 characters. I swear Pseudo has actually planned the Plando randomizer and hasn't told anyone, and he's been doctoring that up this entire time.
I'd believe it.
He's been curating painful seeds for key fights.
Yeah. But this was a good one, and I knew it was like, it's who can get through Dalton Plus first. Once you make it through Dalton Plus, the rest of the seed, after that was going to be easy.
Yeah, and who got stared the least?
True. Yeah, I managed to avoid all the stairs because Maul kept dying.
I had to reset on each flea once. So
yeah.
So many resets.
So many resets. But now you get to go fight Zelfer, so have fun with that.
Yeah, may our seeds be as joyous as these were.
Well, tell you what, I'll tell Pseudo that I can roll the first seed.
Sounds good.
I'll roll seed 3.
There we go.
You gonna use the Sue Ark hit by bus as your seed name?
Maybe. that or oops all Daltons.
So any other final thoughts?
No, I don't have any. Dalton Plus is a jerk, and the sooner we see the back of him, the better.
I don't have any. GG's Korenth. It was fun to do these 3.
Yeah, it was a great series, man. GG.
All right. Thank you all for coming in. Have a great day, everyone.
Arrivederci. Enjoy your football.